Hi and welcome back. We all are going through a challenging time, and there's one thing we all of us are going to need now and later, and that is abundance of kindness. One act of kindness is a gift to two people, to the giver and to the receiver. Recently, I read an anecdote, and that set me thinking. It is about a man who was driving to work on a Monday morning, and he finds himself stuck behind a slow-moving car. He's getting quite impatient and he wants to bypass the car, but that car refuses to move. After a few moments, he decides to come really close to that car and honk and force that car to a slower lane. But as he comes closer to the car, he notices a sign that indicates to him that the driver is physically challenged. In an instant, his agitation and his anger disappears, and he slows down his speed and patiently continues to drive behind that car, and in fact, he becomes very protective of the driver. Now, it took a disabled sign for that man to show compassion. Would it help us if there were signs pasted on people's foreheads saying, fighting a bitter divorce, dealing with an ailing child, fighting anxiety, going through depression, or lost a job, lost a loved one, going through financial stress, etc., etc. Each one of us is going through some or the other struggle, some or the other battle. So be it the weak and the vulnerable or the seemingly strong and powerful, everyone can do with a little bit of kindness. During this pandemic, we have seen a lot of generosity. More and more people are giving of their time and money. People are helping out and contributing in whatever way they can. Now, it may not be possible for each one of us to contribute time and money at all times. But there's one thing we all can do, and that is be kind to every person we come in contact with. And I think we should start with our own families. We often take our family members for granted, and we can be quite critical of them. Just as in the last video, we discussed that we are very critical of our own selves as well. And then, of course, one needs to be kind to our own friends, colleagues, acquaintances, strangers, even people we dislike, people who do not reciprocate our kindness, and even those who are outright unkind and rude. It sounds like a tall order, and it is, but that is the only way to make our planet more livable. And I think there are a lot of benefits. Firstly, when we decide to be kind, irrespective of the other person's behavior, we are putting ourselves in the position of power and in the position of choice. And this power is very liberating, and it forms the basis of a personal growth. The second benefit is that kindness enhances our happiness and thus enhances our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. And third, and most importantly, our behavior serves as a fine example for others, and especially our children, to emulate. A few months back, my help at home broke a beautiful ceramic tea light dome. And under normal circumstances, I would have been quite upset and would have scolded her for being so careless. But this time around, when she timidly confessed to having broken the piece, I casually brushed it aside, saying, "It's okay, delicate things do tend to break." My son, who was sitting in the other room, came up to me and said, "Mom, well handled." And that's when it hit me that our children notice every word and every behavior of ours. So we'd rather give them something worthy of noticing. I have a friend who usually has a good word or a compliment to give to most people she would meet during her day. Right from a lift man to a rickshaw driver or even a salesperson at a store. And her compliment or her kind word would just transform that dull, mundane moment into a happy and vibrant one for both. Henry James puts it beautifully. He says, there are 3 things important in human life. First is kindness, second is kindness, and third is kindness. If you have enjoyed the video, please show your love by giving it a thumbs up, and please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't so far. I would love to hear your comments on the video and the topics you'd like me to cover in my future videos. Stay happy, stay safe. Bye.